Renee in the chat room asked, every time I hear the occult, I think of the word Satan or Satanist.
Mm-hmm.
Why is those two, a lot of people think that? Why do they think that's a connection? Because to me, Satanism, and I've interviewed a priest from the Church of Satan before. I mean, I like I said, I'm open to learn from every part of it. But then the occult, it does kind of have a bad rap in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, how do they entwine the two, the differences between the two, and then why do you think the occult gets such a bad rap?
Well, I think in the early days, and when I say the early days, we have to decide what that means, right? Kat is right. Language is tricky. So if we're talking about the 1600s to like the 1850s and these kinds of ideas of diverging from the church or diverging from official doctrine,
Right.
you were at risk of being painted as a tool of the devil.
Right.
Anyone who didn't fall within orthodox religion or orthodox political views were certainly painted as a tool of the devil. They were undermining the greater good. They were undermining Christianity. They were undermining their political structure, the king. When we move to more recent culture, there's an element of who are the luminaries and how are they gaining press? So when we look at someone like Aleister Crowley, some of the things he's talking about as far as witchcraft are concerned were not necessarily evil or wicked, but he knew the way to sensationalize things was to claim that evilness and wickedness because it got his name in the papers and it made people know who he was. Similarly, we see like Anton LaVey, the head of the founder of the Church of Satan. He couldn't really care whether it was Satan or whether it was, Bozo the clown.
Right.
He wanted something that was the most attention grabbing,
Right.
the most hit you in the face of the counterculture of the 1960s. So Satan seemed like the obvious choice to kind of prick the beast, if you would. So I think due to that kind of leaning into kind of dark tapestries and devil horns and sensationalism leads us to a place where the occult is widely considered to be involved with satanic ritual or worship or what have you.
Right.
When a lot of occult teachings, for example, come out of esoteric Judaism or esoteric Christianity, it often surprises like baby witches on Witch Talk how much Christianity is baked into a lot of magical practices. And that's something that a lot of new practitioners coming from an ex-evangelical viewpoint have to grapple with because they're leaving that. So then to come into something that still has that in it is a conversation.